So the mini set's been out for about a week now, and I wanted to go over some of the standout decks. I'm going to be covering 5 here. There are a lot of cool decks out there right now, and you should check out my YouTube if you want to, see some of those. But I'm going to cover these ones that I just found by scouring the internet. So this first list has actually just been popping up overnight. This is a list from Zyrios. He hit top 10 legend, but I've seen a lot of people playing different builds on this. It's like a Nzoth Paladin, so I called it Noz-oth. I don't know. But basically, it's a menagerie deck that also uses Tip the Scales. So you have Allura there, and you want to activate her by using a spell, and then that's going to pull the tip, because that's the only spell in your deck. So how do you do that? You do that by using Wand Makers. So the Wand Maker is going to give you a 1-mana spell. You save that, you play Allura, you play the spell, it pulls the tip, you have a massive board. It also thins your deck, and then if your opponent manages to deal with that, you just constantly have these big threats to throw out. Maybe you don't get Allura and you can't do the tip cheese, so what you do instead is you play Nozdormu. Now you're thinking maybe you don't get Nozdormu consistently, but that's not true. That's why we have these red scale Dragon Tamers. Those are going to pull the Nozdormu. So the odds of you having either Nozdormu or Allura by around turn 4 or 5 are relatively high. So once you play the Nozdormu, you can just start slamming out your big dudes. You can play your Colossus, and you can play your Darkmoon Rabbit. Those will hopefully corrupt your Carnival Clown. Then you play the Carnival Clown. If they deal with that, then you just go ahead and play Yasiraj. Get the clowns back. Get the I guess it's just the clown. Play Nzoth. Get all these things back. Getting the amalgams back. Getting Nozdormu back. Getting the rabbit back. The scrapyard. And a random Murloc, and don't forget, Nozdormu gives you that 10 mana so you can pull your tip afterwards. But yeah, overall, this list looks really promising. I was seeing some builds that don't run Menagerie. I think it was Hunter Races build that just, it didn't have the big aspect of this. It still ran Nzoth, but it had like those dragons that heal 8, and it felt pretty dang good. It also had Moonfang. Actually, I got a video on that coming out soon, so be sure to subscribe. Next up is this priest list that hit rank 9 from Nagon, and this nothing too fancy about this. Just looks like a Veil Weaver frustration priest. The only new card here is Hysteria. Other than that, it seems like they throw things on the board to steal your things, little yoinkers like the Cabal Acolyte. They use Wild Pyromancer and Apoth to heal or just clear your board. You got Soul Mirror to steal your stuff, Galakrond to kill things and get crazy value, and yeah, this is Priest. So if you liked Priest, this list is still good. Doesn't look too exciting to me, but it seems to be pulling strong results. Next up, we got the Secret Rogue hitting top 10 NA and top 20 EU, so proven to do quite well, although I don't see stats to back this up. But YouKnowWP is supposedly killing it with this list, and the reason why I like this one is because it has Keywarden Ivory. I'm not seeing any other list run Keywarden Ivory. Now it does seem as if that's the only new card. There are other lists running the Poison that are just a more aggro rogue, not Secret Rogue, and there are lists running the 3-mana 3/3 that pulls a secret from your hand. But this one seems to be doing the best from my my research, and I like Keywarden Ivory, and a lot of people are asking me for a list with Keywarden Ivory. So here you go. Basically, you just play it like Rogue usually plays out. We still have 4-mana 2/2 Edwin Van Cleef in here, which could still get really massive with all the cheap spells, the discounted spells that we have. And then we get the Jandis, step Jandis, play more Jandis. And Flick seems pretty good, I think, in this meta, maybe mostly because Druid, being able to flick a board, just buy you an extra turn, could maybe be game winning at times. All right, next list, we got this OTK Demon Hunter from Pascoa. If you like OTK Demon Hunter, it seems like it's doing great right now. Does have a decent amount of new cards, I guess. We got the Ildari Studies. I guess that's it. That's the only new card. We got 2 copies of it, so that's cool. I don't think the playstyle of this has really changed at all. You pretty much just cycle through your deck kind of quickly. You have AoE to clear your opponent's board through, the Immolation Aura, Blade Dance, and then you do a big old combo with your Il'gynoth, the Fell Scream Blast, and, making multiple Moarg Artificers through your Philosophy and discounting it with your Fell Screamer. Ildari Studies seems to be quite good because, well, it discovers something and makes your next spell 1 mana cheaper, right? So getting an extra Skull of Gul'dan could be quite good, or just playing this so that you can play your Skull for 1 mana discount is pretty solid as well. So yeah, hitting top 10 with this. He has an 80.7% win rate, pretty dang good. He has over 300 games played. So yeah, he seems to be quite good with this list. So if you want to master OTK Demon Hunter, it seems like it will pay off. All right, next up, we got a list you guys are probably seeing a lot of. This is a Token Druid. Now, this is slightly different than Fino's list. It doesn't have Rising Winds and instead has Dreamwake Guardian, which might be good because there's a bit of a paywall on Rising Winds, right? I think there is, where you have to have Galakrond's Awakening or whatever. So dropping that for Dreamwake Guardians is good for budget players, but also good because it's a little bit of lifesteal, and if your opponent doesn't deal with those 2 minions, you maybe get to follow it up with an Arbor up, which is it's really, really good. This list is just insane. There's so many ways to flood the board. If your opponent deals with your Glowfly Swarm, you follow it up with another Glowfly. Follow it up with the Runic, another Runic. Maybe you do some Soul of the Forest action on your board, so it's even harder for your opponent to deal with it. And the craziest thing here is actually Solar Eclipse. So I guess Arbor Up's the craziest thing, but Solar Eclipse allowing you to double Arbor Up, or if you manage to stick a board, then you go double Savage Roar. Like that's absolutely insane. There's scenarios where you want to double Fungal Fortunes in order to draw a little bit more. And then also we do have Goru, the Might Tree in here, and Goru is a lot of fun, but I really don't think he's necessary here. I notice this list does not run Force of Nature. Maybe if you don't have Goru, you could drop it for a Force of Nature. Or I've even seen people running Gidra. Now, I personally don't like having minions in this deck because I feel like every time I play Fungal Fortunes, I draw the minion, it gets discarded, and that kind of sucks. So I don't run Goru. I would even rather have a Tree Enforcements personally, but this person's top 100. I am not. So that's about it. Those are 5 decks that kind of stood out to me. The meta is relatively unstable still, so be careful crafting anything. And then we're getting kind of close to 100,000 subs. So if you guys haven't subbed and you sub, that'd really help me out. So I'd appreciate that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Good luck on ladder and stay hydrated.